Take down objectionable remarks against ANI, send it to the news agency for review, and only then re-upload the video. Those were the instructions of Delhi High Court to YouTuber Mohak Mangal. News agency ANI had filed a defamation case against him. ANI said Mangal made false, damaging, and defamatory comments against the news agency. The agency even demanded 2 crore 10 lakh rupees from the YouTuber as damages and also requested for taking down the video altogether. And all of this stemmed from a video that Mohak Mangal put out on the 25th of May. We've gotten you 2 reports on this episode already. Mangal had claimed that ANI extorted money from him following 2 copyright strikes. And this copyright strikes was because Mangal had used a few seconds of ANI footage in his video. Mangal says that this was part of fair use and said that ANI extorted money from him. Of course, ANI on his part has denied all allegations of extortion. In their defamation suit, though, ANI also added stand-up comedian Kunal Kamra and Alt News co-founder Mohak Zubair, saying they spread Mangal's video and also made defamatory comments against news agency ANI. The Delhi High Court in its hearing did take objection to some remarks made by Mangal in his video, especially the kind of language and the words that he used in the video, Dear ANI. Hello and welcome, I'm Shubham Chauhan. Let's get started. So the matter came up before a single judge bench of the Delhi High Court. Justice Amit Bansal was hearing this case yesterday. Senior advocate Amit Sibal was representing ANI and senior advocate Chandralal was representing Mohak Mangal. Sibal began his arguments by saying that ANI and its trademarks were being used by Mangal to earn money. Sibal added that after Mangal's video, all sorts of expletives and adjectives were being used against ANI. There were also calls of boycotting ANI, and many are even calling the news agency thugs and extortionists. Basically, the news agency is getting a lot of flack post Mangal's video. All of this because of the language and call to action given by Mohak Mangal. Remember, in his video, Mangal had also urged the viewers to unsubscribe from ANI as a mark of protest. And what also added that his reach of over 5 million YouTube subscribers and 5 million views alone on this Dear ANI video meant that not only he was earning revenue out of this, but also harming ANI's reputation. That was the argument by the news agency in the Delhi High Court. Sibal said that there was a concerted effort to tarnish the image of ANI with the help of others, he was effectively referring to Kunal Kamra and Mohak Zubair. The High Court asked whether ANI had filed a separate suit for copyright infringement. To this, Sibal clarified that the current suit was for defamation only and that a separate case for copyright infringement would be filed. Moving on to Mohak Mangal's video in question, titled Dear ANI. Senior advocate Sibal said that the news agency acted as per YouTube policy, meaning Mangal used ANI's content on 6 occasions and then ANI put up a copyright strike. 2 of these strikes came through. Now, YouTube rules say 3 copyright strikes means your channel will be deleted. Sibal says before the 3rd strike itself, Mangal started making noise. Those were Sibal's words. Basically, Sibal was referring to how after 2 strikes, Mohak Mangal spoke out about this episode publicly. Sibal highlighted that Mangal used AI, artificial intelligence, to impersonate the voice of one of ANI's employees and misrepresented the calls between the ANI employee and Mangal's representative. ANI's lawyer also confirmed that the agency did reach out to the YouTuber following 2 strikes and that there was a conversation between the 2 sides after 2 copyright strikes. And in that, ANI had asked for 45 lakh rupees from Mangal to have the strikes removed. With this, ANI also offered a subscription of the news agency to the YouTuber, which the latter also spoke about in his video. ANI's lawyer argued that Mangal could have just said no to this offer by ANI. But he went on to make a video about it with all the above elements and using all sorts of language against the news agency. Sibal questioned that how asking for their rightful share of money for copyright amounted to extortion. The judge too asked the same question to Mohak Mangal's lawyer. And then senior advocate Chandralal stepped in. He said that his client Mangal wasn't infringing on anything. He added that ANI has no license as far as the content is concerned. Lal said that if there's a 3rd strike and his channel is blocked, he is stuck. He will be stuck as a creator and eventually he'll have to pay the amount, the entire amount to ANI, that's the news agency. And for that, he does not need to go to the court, but to YouTube. Lal maintained that if there was a copyright dispute, ANI had no right to call Mangal up and threaten that if the money isn't paid, his channel will be blocked. Following this, Justice Amit Bansal said that Mangal's remarks on ANI, on the face of it, prima facie, were disparaging, and that the YouTuber could have made his comments in a more civilized manner. Then the judge went on to see Mangal's video, which was titled Dear ANI, and he wasn't pleased with what he saw. He told Mangal's lawyer that to take this video down and as lawyer take instructions from his client. Basically, the judge wasn't happy with the words Mangal used to describe ANI and whatever had happened between the two sides. Even as Mangal's lawyer insisted that he will get a red-line version, that is, the parts that can be trimmed, that can be removed from the video. Subsequently, All News co-founder Mohammed Zubair's lawyer said that his tweet issue can be settled and that Zubair will be deleting it. As for Kunal Kamra though, his lawyer argued that his client was a comedian and there was nothing wrong with what he said about news agency ANI. To this, the judge responded that this case did not even concern Kamra. Yet, he made such comments which the judge said were not funny and the terms that Kamra used to describe ANI were serious. Kamra's lawyer maintained that the comedian will not delete his tweets. Now, for context, in one tweet, Kamra had put out Mangal's video, tagged YouTube and asked why the platform was allowing ANI to run this mafia. Kamra also said that it was creators who consist of YouTube and not such thugs. That was the language that the stand-up comedian had used. The High Court judge took strong objection to the words like thugs and mafia, which Kamra had used in his tweets. Kamra's lawyer said he made a fair comment and he is protected under free speech. The judge eventually ordered the deletion of this one tweet by Kamra and said that the rest will be looked at in due course. After this, Mangal's lawyer too made his side of things clear once again. He stuck to the fact that 3 uncontested copyright strikes on YouTube would result in the deletion of Mohak Mangal's channel altogether and that the creator would be then stuck. The judge countered, saying that 3 copyright strikes hadn't happened and there was no such threats to his channel. Justice Bansal said that Mangal was being hyperactive. Then there was a back and forth on what should be done about this Dear ANI video. The judge said Mangal should make a new one and not make it defamatory. He should ensure that through his language. Mangal's lawyer countered that he will trim the problematic bits. And then a lengthy discussion followed. Words and phrases like extortion, hostage, gunda, which means goon, cunning, kidnapper, all of these words were used by Mangal to describe ANI were ordered to be trimmed from the video. There was a lot of back and forth, including objections from the lawyer that was representing ANI, and what he said that these comments too had to be removed. And this discussion went on for about some time. Then eventually Mangal agreed to trim the contested phrases that the judge found objectionable. Currently, that video has been pulled down on Mohak Mangal's channel, and the next date of hearing has been set for 31st July. Meanwhile, in the online world, the discussion still continues of ethical business practices of what ANI has done, what fair use consists of, and eventually what all of this means. What Mohak Mangal did, was he right in speaking out against what he thought was extortion by ANI, and of course the whole issue and the whole grey area of fair use and can licensed content be used in the online space. So that's all we have for this report though. Thanks for watching.